Hey guys, this is Christy and Beth from Crimes and Closets, and we are just two moms who love listening to true crime podcasts all the time. So we thought, hey, why not figure out how to do our own? But we had zero knowledge or experience in doing this. And then we found Anchor.
Guys, Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. It's totally free. It has tools that allow you to record and edit right from your phone. It'll distribute your podcast for you on lots of platforms. You can make money from your podcast. There's no minimum listenership, and everything you need is all in one place. So if you love it like we do, please find them at Anchor, the Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm. That's anchor.fm to get started.
Hey, welcome back to Crimes and Closets. This is Christy in St. Louis.
Hey guys, this is Beth coming at you from my closet in North Carolina.
How you doing,
How's
Beth?
it going? It is great.
Yeah?
It's going so good. And this, guys, is our 10th episode. Can you believe it? I know. We're a dime.
Yeah.
And in honor of our 10th episode and all of the amazing listeners that we have gotten so far, we are going to do a giveaway for you guys. And we're going to give you some swag. If you go and find us on social media on June 1st, which is the date that this episode is dropping, go see us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can enter to win a wine glass, a Crimes and Closets wine glass, which is so stinking cute. We
I
love
want to win it.
I know. You can have one.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
I feel like you're a preferred listener.
Sweet.
Yep. So go find us on social.
Yes, guys,
and
come
see
on.
how to win. And
Yes.
it's going to run for 10 days. So it's going to go from June 1st to June 10th. 10 days in honor of 10 episodes.
Yay.
Yeah. Thanks for all the support, guys. We love it.
Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. What's going on outside your closet? Your closet looks a little different today.
Oh, so I'm not in a closet. I'm actually in a bedroom, and I lied when I said hi because I'm not in St. Louis. We escaped for a week. Tropical weather.
Yes. And
so
it looks really beautiful.
I'm literally sitting in my bathing suit right now because we had an extra few minutes to get a recording in. I was like, all right, jumped off the lounge chair, ran into the bedroom.
Yep. And I am sitting here looking at her in her bathing suit, hating every minute of my Saturday right now because I am not in a bathing suit in tropical weather, but it's all
right,
good.
Beth.
My time is going to come, okay?
Yes, it will. When you're in tropical weather and I'm not, I will be jealous.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway. All right. Are you ready to delve into this?
Delve in. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. Your
All right.
stories are so good these days.
This one is from a very loyal listener, Miss Jessica L. in North Carolina.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So she sent this in through our email. She emailed us at crimesandclosets@gmail.com in case anybody else wants to do that.
Yep.
And sent this one in. So I was excited to look into it. So here we go. This one takes place in Raleigh, North Carolina.
I know that place.
Oh, yeah. On Patuxent Drive. This is actually less than 5 miles from where we live. Or where I used to live.
Yeah, from where I live.
Yes.
Okay, so it's in the Wake Forest area.
Yeah, really. You know that soccer field, that big soccer complex? It's right over there.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So on Friday, September 1st, 2017, at 1:10 a.m., a 911 call came in. And this call lasts approximately 6 minutes. The caller is Matthew Phelps, 28-year-old Matthew Phelps. He tells the 911 operator that he thinks he has killed his wife of 10 months, Lauren. Yeah, she's 29 years old. He says that he woke up from a dream and his wife is stabbed on the floor and a bloody knife is next to him. He states that he has taken Coracetin, which is, or Coricidin cough and cold, quotes, because it can make you feel good and a lot of times I can't sleep. Okay, so
Okay.
took a little
Is
cold
this a
medicine.
prescription medication?
No, it's over the counter. It's over the counter. And according to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, I'm quoting them now, cough and cold medicine can have severe effects at higher than recommended doses. The ingredient dextromethorphan, I think that's how you say that, which is in many medicines, can cause sensations of physical distortions and hallucinations. Okay, so this could happen.
Okay.
Later in the call, Matthew says, and I quote again, "Yes, it does look like I did kill her. The knife is here. I have blood all over me. However, the medicine made me do it." So, thought you might have something to say.
What was he like upset?
No, he was asleep. So,
I mean, but like when you made the call, like the 911 call.
Well, okay, so yeah, so partway through, he did start to cry, but he's pretty like semi-calm. You can go and listen to it. It's 6 minutes though, so it's quite long, but he does get a little upset later in the call. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe he's upset. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Let's see.
So the cold medicine he's saying wore off, and he came to, and his wife is dead, and he's covered in blood, and there's a knife, and he's like, I obviously did this.
Yeah.
While high on cold medicine.
Exactly. Yep. Well, so this is going to be my excuse now too. So just kidding. Matthew was arrested at 6 a.m. and taken to a Wake County jail. And that's it. That's the end of the story. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Okay, Christy,
yeah,
with her jokes.
All right, so
what's going on here?
I know, right? Let's go back a bit in time to see how we got here. Matthew was born to a 17-year-old unwed mother in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and ends up basically being raised by deeply conservative grandparents because his mother, she was 17 and young. So like many children, not all but some, he rebelled in his high school years. He got into dressing goth-like and got into Satanism and was kicked out of high school when he was caught abusing cold medicine.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Stop it. For what? We've never heard of this.
I haven't either. So it seems that the night of the murder was not his first time taking too much cold medicine. Now, I'm not entirely clear on when he actually moved to North Carolina because I couldn't really find that anywhere, but at some point in his younger years, he does move to North Carolina. So maybe his grandparents live there and that's when he went to move with them. I'm not exactly sure, but I know he gets there. So after his expulsion from high school, he transferred to a Christian school and seems to turn his life around because he then attends Clear Creek Baptist Bible College in Pineville, Kentucky, graduating at the age of 22 in 2011. So he then goes back to Kentucky.
Okay.
Apparently he's an aspiring
gold medicine dealer.
Yes, gold medicine dealer. And apparently he's an aspiring pastor at this point. There's not a whole lot of information found about this, but he did marry another Bible college graduate. And after 3 years of marriage, she goes on a mission trip without Matthew, comes back and says she fell in love with another man and leaves Matthew and marries this guy.
Got it. Okay.
So my guess
like
is
the Christian thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. All of this is very Christian, like the whole story. My guess is that at this point, he then moves back to North Carolina. So like I said, this is my speculation because I know that he lives there now. He works for Dunlap Lawn Services in Greensboro. Now, a little background on Lauren, which is his wife. Lauren Hugelmeyer, she was born in LA. And also at some point, again, not clear, moves to North Carolina when she's younger because she graduates from Swain High School in 2007, which is in Bryson City.
Yeah.
She grew up in a loving church family, is just a lovely girl all around from all accounts that I can see. She continues on to Appalachian State University and also graduates in 2011. So they appear to be, well, she's a little bit older than him because she's 29 when she died and he was 28 when he murdered her.
On cold medicine.
Yeah, on cold medicine. Her degree is in business administration. She then becomes an auditor for Quintilis. It's in Durham somewhere, which is a company that runs drug trials for pharmaceutical companies.
Oh,
I don't know
my.
if you've ever heard of it. I know, right? Drugs all around. She also
Drugs
has
and Christians.
Yeah. I keep my mouth shut. She also has a Scentsy business on the side and is a Sunday school teacher at Hope Lutheran Church in Wake Forest, which is very close to where we lived.
Right by my house.
Yes.
Okay.
Matthew says that they found each other on social media in 2014. He had been looking through pictures on like Instagram and Facebook that his friends had liked. So he's trolling, but going and looking at pictures that his friends are liking. So then he sees a picture of Lauren and thought, hey, this girl's kind of pretty. Check her profile out. So he gets to her profile and realizes that he had known her in middle school and she was his middle school crush. So this is why I'm saying I know at some point they both lived there because they knew each other in middle school, according to Matthew.
The same middle school.
Yes. So he contacts her and they start dating. So why not? That's a cute love story. I mean, hey, I just found you on social media. You had a crush on you in middle school. What you up to? Let's date. I mean, it's kind of cute. No?
Super cute. Little did she know.
I know. So, like I said, this is why I said their past was a bit sketchy because I had information on the high school, but couldn't find when they all had moved. But since they met in middle school, they must have lived there. It's my guess. They were then married in November of 2016. And looking at their social media accounts, Lauren's posts show her as a very happy. She's pretty excited about life. On Valentine's Day, she posts pictures of her and Matthew and posts about how much she loves him. On their 6-month anniversary, she speaks of how happy she is and that they are perfect for each other, sharing a love for ministry and Star Wars. That's interesting too, Star Wars. One of their wedding photos has them battling with lightsabers at their wedding.
Oh, no. Oh, Lauren.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it's not something I would have done, but to each his own. When it comes to Matthew's social media, however, it's a tad bit darker. He has an Instagram under the name Marty_Radical, and it's now down. I mean, there is an Instagram because I'm not going to lie. I definitely went to it and tried to follow it, but it's private. But that must be a new one because all accounts state that this one has been taken down, like his official one has been taken down.
So it's like a copycat one.
But it's a copycat because the profile picture is the same profile picture that Matthew had put up when he was holding that one. So on this account, he's all dressed in black and quotes lyrics of heavy metal bands, total opposite of what he portrays on Lauren's social media. Like, I mean, they're all cute and they're dressed like he's in plaid, like pink and gray plaid shirts and, you know, just super happy and light. And this is like dark. I'm going to dress in goth back to his high school days, essentially. Total opposite. So he also posts things about having strange sleeping patterns and having nightmares. And he also frequently posts pictures of a fictional serial killer, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it. I know. I'm terrible with like the classics or whatever you want to call them. So apparently, I did have to look this up because I had no idea who he was. Apparently, Patrick Bateman is like a banker, but he has a double life as a serial killer at night.
He was like the first Dexter kind of. Well, except not killing bad people.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I love Dexter. He was like my hero.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But like he was like the double life guy. Seems super normal and like, yeah.
Okay. So then later he would post images of satanic rituals And somewhere in the investigation, a friend also stated that Matthew had expressed interest in what it would be like to kill someone. Another person who just like expresses this to people. I don't get it.
They're really brave. They're really brave.
I feel like this is like all my stories. Like, oh, this guy told somebody that he wonders what it's like to kill someone.
And then gets people to do it too. Like, okay, wait. Backing up. He posts pictures of satanic rituals that he's doing?
No, none of the pictures that he really posts are like actual pictures like that he takes. They're like pictures of this Patrick Bateman or pictures that he finds on the internet portraying satanic rituals.
Okay. And in real life, or well, in other life, is he a pastor?
No. That's why I said he's an aspiring pastor, because it's never stated that he is. It just says that he works for that lawn company.
Okay, got it.
And that she has the like auditor job and whatnot, and the Scentsy business, and kind of is more of the breadwinner, I guess, of the family.
Gotcha.
So clearly there's search warrants that are issued. And so they search the house and they find documents that revealed that there was some marital issues that social media did not portray, which, I mean, pretty much, what was it, like 95% of the time? Like, everybody just portrays how great their life is. And, you know, nobody says, my marriage sucks. I wish I could get divorced. Like,
right.
I don't see too many of that. No.
You don't post that stuff. That's right.
No.
Just plaid shirts and lightsabers.
Yes, exactly. So friends come forward stating that they had started to fight a little bit more frequently in public. They were disagreeing mostly on finances, and Matthew had recently been spending way more than they actually made. You know, I mean, finances are a huge, usually, thing that couples fight about.
Oh yeah, it's
so
like
not
number
surprising.
one.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, he had $1,200 in Xbox and iTunes subscriptions. So
a month?
That I would imagine that's a month, because it's usually monthly subscriptions, but it just says $1,200 in subscriptions.
Oh,
could you imagine? Like,
no.
What do you got to spend that much money on? Lauren apparently had also recently taken drastic steps to limit his spending. It doesn't state what kind of steps, but she was trying to limit. I'm sure she probably put stops on the credit cards and whatnot that he was using to pay for those subscriptions.
Oh,
and
she put him on a plan.
Yeah.
Gave him a budget.
Here's your allowance.
Ooh.
Some even state that she was getting ready to end the relationship if things didn't change. And there was one article that even speculated that there was possible infidelity on Matthew's part, but I only saw that in one article. Every other one just said basically if things didn't change, she was going to leave him. So now let's go back to September 1st, 2017. So they're 10 months married. And that 6-minute 911 call.
They went downhill kind of fast. If
yeah.
They were only married 10 months. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And the family is just like, we took him in like he was one of ours. They seemed perfect. There was no red flags. So crazy. This is just crazy. So like I said earlier, he was pretty calm in the beginning, almost groggy, like he was coming out of that state and almost groggy sounding. And as the call goes on, he does begin to cry and say things like, she didn't deserve this. Why did I do this? Yada, yada. According to police and forensic records, Matthew did have blood on him when they got there, but there was evidence that he had cleaned up a bit before the police had gotten there. I don't know how you tell that, but I guess, like maybe there's, blood all over your arm, but then it like stops because you have a clean shirt on, or something like that. There should have been blood places that there wasn't if there was that much blood at the scene. Because hold on to your pants right here.
My pants?
Because let's talk about hold on to your britches. Okay, let's talk about this autopsy. But you're going to fly out of your seat. That's why, once you hear this.
Okay, got it.
Lauren had a total of 123 wounds on her body.
Oh, gosh.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
41 of those were stab wounds that were like at least 4 inches deep. The rest were gashes or smaller stab wounds. 44 of them were on her head. 24 of them were on her torso, 17 in her right arm, and 38 were on her left arm. If you add those all together, it's 123.
That would take forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, let that sit for a second. Like, you do this 123 stabs, essentially, because maybe some of them were gashes because he was kind of like missing or pretending to miss. I don't know. But you do that in a groggy state or a sleeping state on medicine? Like, oof, crazy. That's scary.
It's weird to stab somebody in the head.
Right. Yeah.
Don't you think that's weird?
Yes, I did think when it was specifically said head. I mean, which I guess that could mean anywhere, not necessarily like the top of the head, but could mean anywhere on your face or whatever.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So you took enough cold medicine to hallucinate. Like, and do that? Like, what did you hallucinate? That this pretty Sunday school teacher was an evil monster? I mean, anyway. So according to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, you could, but the lab tests that they, when they took his blood and whatnot, it showed that he did not have enough in his system to cause hallucinations or blackouts.
Oh, so they know?
Yeah. I think they know the point at which it would.
Threshold.
Yes, the threshold. So.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Matthew claimed for over a year that this crime was a result of too much cold medicine. He goes to trial and is facing the death penalty, which I don't think I even realized that North Carolina had the death penalty. But I don't pay attention to that stuff. But,
yeah, we totally do.
You do? Okay.
Yes, we have a friend who that's what he does. He works in prisons on people who have life sentences and are on death row.
Okay. Well, there you go. So North Carolina does have the death penalty.
Yes.
So he goes to trial and is facing the death penalty. And on October 5th, 2018, he takes a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. And he pleads guilty to first-degree murder and gets life in prison without the possibility of parole. Okay. Now, first-degree murder means that there was some level of premeditation. That's the definition of it. At his sentencing, he says, drinking, drugs, and carelessness led to this senseless, mindless act, and I regret every step that led to this. So he's basically admitting that he just, as far as I'm concerned, he takes the plea and it admits it's first-degree murder. I know that it was to avoid the death penalty, but then you say that drinking, drugs, and carelessness. So drinking wasn't even part of it that night, according to all the records. And he has a past of abusing this cold medicine and all of the dark Instagram and saying he wants to know what it's like to kill someone. To me, it's like, okay, fine. Now I'm finally admitting I did this. I just killed her to kill her, essentially. That's where my head goes with this.
Yes, I don't know about you, but literally the worst alibi, or not an alibi, but it's like the worst excuse, I guess. I don't even know what you call that. Like, that is the worst story ever. Because you're still going to be held responsible. Like, even though you're saying, well, I was under the influence of something.
Right.
You're still going to be held responsible. Like, if you drive drunk, you're still held responsible for driving drunk, even though you're drunk. Like, yeah, drinking makes you make bad choices. Yes. But you don't get let off the hook just because you made a bad choice. So he knew when he was saying, I did it because I was under the influence, that he would still be held responsible.
Right.
So, like, just be like, I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so dumb. Like,
yeah, this was truly like a senseless act. And when we on our page or social media, and I post pictures of this story or of this couple, you will be amazed, first of all, because he literally looks like the sweetest. They look like the sweetest couple in the world. She's super pretty, just smiling all the time in any picture that I've seen online. And he's a cutie. Like, not my type, but he's a cute guy. And he looks totally normal. And then he's got this like double life that dark side, and he wants to kill somebody. But anyway, it's crazy. I feel terrible for this poor woman and her family. But
Yeah.
I will say this, that in a lot of different places it mentions that her obituary essentially erases him and the marriage. There's zero mention of him. When the parents wrote it, they didn't even mention him, mention that she was married.
Yeah.
All they talked about was her and what she's done in life and her Sunday school class and all that. Like, it was just all that. It just completely erased him, which he completely deserves. Like,
Oh,
no,
absolutely.
you don't.
I think that's typical though. Like a lot of times, especially if like
A murder
the
victim.
husband, yeah, if they murder you, like they'll go back, they'll put your maiden name on the tombstone. Like
Right.
won't use your married name and like that. I think that's normal
Yeah.
and good,
Yeah.
and it should be.
Right.
So, do you know then of any backlash that the cold medicine company got?
No, because from what I read, like Bayer had made some statements, but they were like, this, our medicine doesn't cause this. Like, you would have to have a significant amount in your system. And then the labs proved that he didn't have that amount. So I did not read anything about, any backlash on them or whatnot, which, because I mean, really, I do remember when this story first happened. I didn't follow it at the time, but I remember hearing about it because it actually happened. We moved out of there of July of the year it happened. And this happened in
Yeah.
September. So it was like months after. So I remember hearing about it. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, great. Now, here's one more thing. People will just be like, oh, yeah, I chugged a whole bunch of cold medicine and I killed her. Whoops. Like, not my fault.
Oh, like it would become a
Yes.
would start.
Like,
Yeah.
this was going to become a new thing. And I don't think that it
Oh.
did. I don't remember hearing. I mean, maybe a couple other people probably, I'm sure, somewhere in the world did, but I don't remember hearing. But I do remember thinking that, like, oh my gosh, here's the latest craze now. Someone's going to be a copycat. So
Oof.
anyway, but yes, no, they
Maybe
didn't
it
have any
has been.
backlash that I was able to find. So I'm glad
Yeah.
about that. But yeah, so anyway, so, good old
What a
Raleigh, North
crazy.
Carolina. I mean, so glad that you still live there.
Oh my gosh. Well, as far as I know, my husband does not take cold medicine ever
Right.
because Sudafed scares us. And, that's already been used for something. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. I remember this story too, but I did not know about this double life thing with him. And like, he's a bad liar. Like, murderers are bad
Yes.
liars. I can't deal with it.
I know. That's the thing. I think that's the thing that we mention maybe all the time. It's like, what, why did you say that? Why? What are you talking about? What? That's a terrible lie.
Yes.
I see
Like,
through it and I'm just me.
I just feel like that we, like they talk about premeditation and people, like, okay, he wanted to kill his wife. He had a dark side. Think it through, guys. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to premeditate it, if it's a passion crime and then you're like, oh crap, I have to clean up my mess now. And I came up with a real bad excuse. That's one thing. But like, ninjas and cold medicine
Mm-hmm.
are not gonna cut it. Like,
nope.
you gotta cut. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I loved that story. That was crazy.
It was a good one. I thank you, Jessica, for sending it our way,
Yes.
because it was fun to, I kind of knew about it, but it was fun to delve into it and see what actually happened and what came of it, because I didn't follow it. I knew I had heard of it, but I did not follow it at the time. So it was fun to look at. And it's so weird, these North Carolina crimes that we are coming across, because I always thought everything's going to be in Florida. Florida's going to be like the crazy state that we're going to get stories from. And it's like, nope, North Carolina, the place that I love so much.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of weird crimes for sure.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah.
So
now you
anyway.
do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's okay. People don't have to move here. That's okay with me. We have too many people.
Right. Yeah. Keep it at a minute. Unless we move back, we can come.
That's true. I will allow that.
Okay.
Not if you use cold medicine though.
I will not. Not anymore. Well, that's really all I got. I do want to put another plug out there. Don't forget to go to our social media so you can find out about our giveaway. If you want a wine glass, they're awesome.
Yes, go check it out. There's a list There's going to be directions how you can go and enter, and we would love to see you. And I can't wait to get these wine glasses in somebody's hand because they're so cute.
That's gonna be
Shout
fun.
out to Miss Sarah for making them for us really quickly.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, she's a listener, so she was
Cool.
excited too.
Awesome. Got anything else for us?
No, that's it. I mean, definitely check out our Facebook and our Instagram. And if you like what you hear, go to Apple Podcast, if that's where you listen, and write a review for us. Give us some stars, 5 stars preferably, because we know we are. And you can find us on Instagram. You can always send us an email at crimesandclosets@gmail.com. Send the case suggestions because they are really good. We have gotten some really good suggestions, and they are making for some fun stories. So we love it. And remember, the world is scary. People suck. Hide in your closets, y'all.
Bye.
Bye, guys. You know, man.